one fell swoop. Richard K. exposed Meg's divorce plan to possess Althorp House and ruin Coronation. Richard K., a royal writer and Diana's longtime acquaintance, just disclosed Meghan Markle's divorce plan to take over Althorp House from Spencer's and destroy King Charles' coronation. He showed his proofs how the hypocritical Duchess manipulates Harry. I think she keeps threatening to divorce him regularly, just to keep him in line and get him to do what she wants. It's how she's been able to manipulate him so far. So far, it's been working to her advantage because he's besotted. I have no idea why, because she's nothing special. Kay said that Meghan Markle has been preparing for a divorce since they left the UK, therefore the Spencers must assist Harry by giving her Althorp House, Princess Diana's former childhood home. While both parents and children are now residents of the United States, any custody fight would almost certainly fall within the authority of US courts. Sussex also had a history of making disrespectful comments about his family's offspring, thus his family was not a safe haven for their mixed-race children. Harry is on his own without her, despite the fact that we know she authored the memoir. Spare has openly confessed drug usage, violent inclinations, and that his family has violent tendencies, reported fight with Prince of Wales, and an alleged history of at least emotional abuse and inability to parent. I doubt any judge on the earth would ever allow the kids to leave the country with Harry having full or even partial custody. I almost wonder if her staying at home with the kids while he's gone will result in her own freedom flight to another house, state, or possibly Canada, which may coincide with Harry's USA visa being revoked. While she has the children, she will have some sway over the royal family since, despite all, they are the monarch's grandchildren. If Harry stays in the United States, he will be separated from his friends and family, and if he returns to the United Kingdom, he will be separated from his children. I seriously doubt that the royal family would ever truly welcome Harry back. Once trust is damaged like way, it is impossible to regain. Maybe King will, but not William, who, one day, will be king and command the shots. If they divorce in order for him to return to his family, and he loses his children, he will never forgive the royal family and will continue to be a menace. I read Spare and concluded he lacks introspection and would never grasp the extent to which he is responsible for the repercussions of his actions. Unrelated, but I had to throw this in, even her message to Kate about the flower girl dresses is so condescending and such a power play. Can't you do X just like all the other mums? She was saying loud and clear, you are just like every other person, step in line. The reality is that Kate is not just another mum. I wonder if that little "we actually got married before the wedding in the backyard" was a long game attempt to avoid or nullify a prenup/anti-nuptial agreement signed after the garden wedding but before the televised wedding. It's impossible that she didn't have the foresight to realize she would be called on her lie, but maybe it's for her to argue that she thought, remember her subjective truth game all along, they were already married when she signed the document, so it should be void. He also said Meghan Markle's interview with Tom Bradby after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex was rather ill-advised. Referring to the interview which took place after the couple's tour to Africa with their 4-month-old, she said, they talked about how grim their lives were against a backdrop of one of the most benighted and poorest parts on the globe. The journalist's remarks were part of a behind-the-scenes documentary, Harry and Meghan, An African Journey. In the interview, Meghan discussed the pressures of her new role as a mother and admitted she was not okay. She described her past year as a member of the royal family as hard and really challenging. Look, any woman, especially when they are pregnant, you're really vulnerable, and so that was made really challenging, she said. Then when you have a newborn, and especially as a woman, it's a lot, so you add this on top of just trying to be a new mum or trying to be a newlywed. Looking back on the moment Harry and Meghan opened the so-called royal rift to the public, multiple royal experts described it as an ill-advised move which made relations with the royal family 100 times worse. one fell swoop. Richard K. exposed Meg's divorce plan to possess Althorp House and ruin Coronation. Richard K., a royal writer and Diana's longtime acquaintance, just disclosed Meghan Markle's divorce plan to take over Althorp House from Spencer's and destroy King Charles' coronation. He showed his proofs how the hypocritical Duchess manipulates Harry. I think she keeps threatening to divorce him regularly, just to keep him in line and get him to do what she wants.